Hello? 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 Trying to review your movie here, but I can't see anything. It's all fucking dark and blurry. What the fuck is going on in this movie? I can't see a goddamn thing. Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. So tonight we're talking about a movie called The Devil Below. Originally called Shookham Hills, but then Vertical Entertainment bought the rights and then changed it to this new title, The Devil Below. Now I think this is a fitting title considering what's going on here. But goddamn, I'll tell you, listen, before I even get into the synopsis here, the creatures, I understand what they were trying to do. They didn't have a huge budget for this movie. And, you know, you can get away with this kind of stuff, you know, or you could have back in the 80s and you know, early 90s when everything was still shot on film and we were watching movies on VHS. So everything kind of had a blur to it anyways. You know, our TV sets weren't that good. But nowadays, I mean, cameras are as good as they've ever been. And, I mean, TV sets are, you know, 4K, 9K, 20K, whatever the fuck they are. It's like crystal clear. So you cannot hide anything like you used to back in the day. And I think that was the case for this movie because, you know, I think the creatures look pretty cool. And I've said this 1,000 times. I will take a guy in a suit being practical almost every time over a CGI style creature. And that's what they did in this movie. For the most part, the creatures in here are practical. Just guys in suits, and I thought that was great, and I don't understand. Well, I do understand, but I don't know why they didn't give us more of the creatures, like in focus. Because every time, or almost every time, these creatures are revealed, it's through somebody's eyesight, like looking at them. But it's when they're coming out of this paralysis, because when these creatures grab you, they sting you because they have this big stinger on their one arm is a stinger, right? So a lot of the scenes hide these creatures and how they look because I don't know if they weren't happy with the suits. I'm not sure. Now, Bradley Parker is the director and he has worked on some fucking fantastic movies like The Batman, Ad Astra, War of the Planet of the Apes. So, and he directed this. He also directed the Chernobyl Diaries, which was a fantastic movie, I thought. So I don't know, maybe he wasn't happy with the design of these creatures or how the final look came about. So he thought he'd hide it, you know, by this blurry kind of a dark vision through these people. I don't know, man. The few times that we did see them crystal clear, I thought they looked okay. But, you know, whatever. But that was the big complaint about this movie is everybody's saying it's so fucking dark and out of focus or blurry. Like, I think you did more damage than good in my honest opinion. But anyways, let's get into the synopsis here. A group of 4 amateur adventurers who specialize in exploring remote and forsaken places pay a visit to Shookham Hills, a town in the remote Appalachian Mountains, which was abandoned decades ago due to a mysterious coal mine fire. Okay, well, okay. This movie has a shit ton of cliches and a shit ton of tropes in it, almost to the point where you're going to be fucking shaking your head. I was shaking my head. I was like, come on, man. Like, they could have done so much more with this movie, and it's almost like they just copped out for some reason, and I don't understand it. But yeah, basically, like, okay, it's got Will Patton in it. All right, I love this fucking guy. I will watch anything that he is in. Now, mind you, I mean, like any actor, he has had a few movies that haven't been very good, but he can carry any movie that he is in. His acting chops are that good. And I like, he's in this movie a fair amount, not a ton, but you know, but I felt they could have had more of him carrying this movie because Alicia Sands is in this movie. And I don't know, like, she's kind of like the main star in this, you know, this guide for these people or these doctors and archaeologists and geologists, whatever the hell they are, that go into this mine trying to find what the fuck's going on. And I mean, she's a great actress, but I didn't feel that she carried the movie in the way that Will Patton could have carried this movie. So I wanted to see more of his character, but I don't know. I just felt he was underused, to be honest with you. But I mean, what I was getting back with the tropes and the cliches, I mean, basically, you know, the first act, we kind of learn that something goes on in this mine, and then we're introduced to this group of people that want to go into this mine and find out, you know, what the fuck's going on. And there's supposed to be this certain element or chemical in there that's keeping these fires raging and stuff. And then when they get to the town folks aren't helpful in letting them know where the town is or the mine is, and they're, you know, telling them to go back home where you came from and don't be here and blah blah blah. And then second act, they find the mine, you know, we then realize that there's creatures in this mine, stupid shit happens, and then they have to get the fuck out of Dodge. That's the second act. They're trying to escape. You know, they're getting picked off one by one. And then the end of the second act, into the third act, and I'm not giving spoilers here, it's all in the trailer. The third act is, you know, they bump into these town folks, and there's actually no burning mines. They have it all surrounded by this electrical fence because they're trying to contain these creatures in there. But now these fucking bozos that came in there have removed one of the electrical gates, so the creatures are out, and then all hell's breaking loose, and they have to contain them, and that's it. I mean, it's all in the trailer. It's just, you can see what's going to happen and know what's going to happen before it even happens. And it's I don't know, man. Listen, I didn't hate this movie, and this isn't a bad movie. Okay, I've seen fucking bad movies. This isn't a bad movie, but it's not a good movie, okay? It's kind of just right there in the fucking meh zone, you know what I mean? Like, for a rating, I'm probably only gonna give it like a 5, maybe a 5.5. Like, I have waded and muddled through some fucking shitty movies lately, so maybe I'm being a little more forgiving than I should be with a 5.5. But, I don't know, at the end of this movie, I didn't hate it. And I will tell you, at the end of this movie, I did say to myself, I hope there's a sequel to this and they have a bit more budget, because I do want to see what the fuck is going on with these creatures, and I want a little more background history of to where they came. So they do say in the movie that they kind of live like an ant colony or a bee colony, right? And there is a scene where I did read that most of the budget went to this queen creature where they're feeding it. So, but again, it's all blurry. Anytime you see this queen or anything, or most of these creatures, they're all blurred, and it's so fucking dark because the people are coming out of this paralysis after they get stung. So, I don't know. The potential was there, but I think it was a potential lost, really. So, is it a bad movie? No. Is it a good movie? No. It's just right there in the average zone. So 5 out of 5 from me. Seriously though, go watch this movie. I highly doubt you'll hate it after you're done, but just don't expect very much. If it's a rainy Saturday or Sunday afternoon and you've got nothing else to do, throw this flick on for an hour and a half, and it'll get you through till you watch something else that's a little bit better. So, and it's you know, again, it's got Will Patton in it. Again, anything this guy's in, I will watch. I love him, man. He is a fucking great actor, and I hope he keeps, you know, doing it for a long time, because I really do enjoy most of the movies that he's in. Anyways, that being said, this movie is out now, The Devil Below, 5.5 for me. If you've seen it, chime in and let me know what you thought of it. And if you haven't, by all means, go rent it and then come back here and let me know what you thought, guys. And yeah, until next time, stay scared.